Ghosts of War Bazoona Cat. A group of kids surround us. Our convoy has stopped momentarily, and the dirt is filled through the air. Not a sandstorm, just the wind blowing dirt in the desert. As always, the sun is out, and I hold a semi-automatic rifle as I talk to the local kids. They are telling us about their lives, their innocent lives. Farm 1 says, pointing to the vast desert. You live on a farm over there, I ask? Yes, he says. There, we. He makes a shoveling motion. Shovel? He shakes his head. He gets on his knees and pats the ground. You grow plants? Yes. What type of plants? He shapes his hand into a ball the size of a basketball. Water, he says. Watermelon? Yes, he says, excited. Watermelon. Very good, yes? Yes, I love watermelons. The boy, his brother, and his friends are so excited to hear this. We, the American GIs, might as well be from a different planet. The Iraqi kids look up at us in a way I can't describe. They understand how lucky we are to be from America. They understand better than we do. Still, they try to give us anything they have. It's appreciation. It's their culture. You want watermelon? No, I laugh. No, thank you. I run, he says, pointing toward the farm. I run. Get melon. No, thanks. Maybe tomorrow, I offer. Tomorrow, if we're here. I know we won't be. He nods his head with enthusiasm. I know he'll be standing here tomorrow holding a watermelon, probably a dozen watermelons. Our convoy isn't running this way tomorrow. But he'll be standing there waiting, holding watermelons for the Americans. Another boy rushes to the front of the group. He has no shoes, and he looks as if he's been learning the backstroke in a pile of dust. He wipes the sweat off his face with his dirty white robe and motions to his mouth. Water? He asks. I know he's been working in the field all day. All of these kids have been. I remember being their age 9 or 10. Work was a distant concept, something moms and dads did to pay for drum lessons, cable television, and summer camp. These children work because their families can't survive without it. They work because the top 5% of Iraqi's population, those who have money, land, and power, don't have a reason to care about the other 95%. I grab the kid a Gatorade from the cooler in her Humvee, stripping water, and just the feel of its cold plastic is a relief from the 120-degree sun. The boy holds up the orange sports drink proudly, like a trophy, his smile wider than his face. His friends look at him as though he'd made the venture into manhood. They look at him like American boys look at the kids with the newest video game system. Before the Americans came to Iraq, Gatorade for these boys was unheard of, a dream, non-existent. Water that tastes like flavored sugar, juice that doesn't come from a fruit, made from water not pulled from the Tigris River. It was unreal, unattainable. This American schmo pulls it from his Humvee like pocket lint. I had out of half a dozen Gatorades and water to the kids who are trying to sneak peeks inside the Humvee. One of them comes to me and holds out a small fuzzy object that's white and appears homemade. He holds it up, showing it off. Can I see, I ask? He places it in my hand. It looks like a rabbit's foot, but slightly modified. The top of its hide is pulled into 2 pointy ears, and small beads are glued to the front 4 eyes. It even has pink stitching that makes a triangular nose. The baby soft white fur extends from the bottom, creating a sort of fluffy dress. It reminds me of the tissue and string ghosts I used to make in elementary school around Halloween. In an ugly sort of way, like a baby pug, it's remarkably cute. I can't tell if its little craft is designed to be a cat or an owl. Is it a cat, I asked. Bazoona, the boy replies. Bazoona? Yes. Does that mean cat? Bazoona. Owl? Bazoona. Like, hoo, I mock an owl. Meow, meow, he says, his claw in the air. A cat, I conclude. Bazoona, he corrects. Bazoona, yes. In English, cat. Cut, he repeats. I smile at him. Meow, meow, I say cat. Cut, you got it. In Arabic, bazoona, he says. Bazoona. Yes, he says, smiling. You got it. He gives me a bazoona cat in exchange for a Gatorade. The other kids admire their friend for learning some English from the American. In all honesty, these kids shouldn't be this close to our Humvee. Our high-ups would throw a hissy fit if they knew how to react on the road. Keep the kids away from you, the commander tells us that. Every briefing he attends, the insurgents use them for attacks, and they are not to be trusted. And do not throw them water or MREs from your vehicles. I don't want any kids getting run over on one of my convoys. We glare at him. I know, it breaks my heart too. He tries to reason with us. I want to give those kids as much water as I can spare, but that's not the SOP. The thing about the commander is he doesn't convoy around with us enough to know what's going on in the war. He gets intelligence reports and memorandums, and as far as he's concerned, the words they contained are sacred. To him, rules are rules because that's his job. but it's not ours. We G.I. Joe schmoes, we're used to breaking rules. We've seen the human side of this war. We've seen enough hate and ignorance in this country to look past memorandums and standard operating procedures, and we understand a thing or two about psychology. These kids are the future of Iraq. They're the ones who'll decide whether or not this war means anything, not the commander, not American politicians or the press. It's the children who will always remember the American who stopped by their farm and handed out Gatorade, and they will remember that they weren't just Americans, they were American soldiers. At the end of the day, it's our job to make sure there are more kids who identify us as the soldiers who are generous as opposed to the soldiers who destroy villages. One day at a time, one child at a time. That's how we make a difference. That's the only way we can come out of this mess feeling like it's worth something. Preserve the innocent, protect those who deserve it most. Sometimes I get out the fuzzy little rabbit foot. For a minute or two, I sit, spelling it, remembering the dirty farmland kids and the boy who taught me some Arabic. I taught him some English, and we called it even.